Hi, thanks for purchasing and taking part in these online yoga sessions that I'm providing. So just a couple of bits of guidance when you're doing this at home, making sure that the area that you're using to do your yoga in is as tidy as it can be, or if there are any objects like a coffee table or a sofa that can't be moved, or a lampshade above you, just making sure that you're aware of where those objects are and you're adjusting as you need to. Also as well, make sure that you're feeling okay before doing yoga. So if you're feeling ill at all, or you've got a headache, cold, or whatever it might be, if you're not feeling quite right, then maybe delaying doing your yoga practice until later in the day or another day. Take all of my instructions that I give you as guidance. So if it doesn't feel right, or if there's any pain or discomfort, then only coming into the posture to a point that it's comfortable for you, or you can choose not to come into the posture, or you can choose to take a break as you need to. I will offer options and modifications to some of the postures, but if they don't quite work for you, then feel free to make further adjustments that seem sensible for your own body. So thank you for joining in and enjoy. Hello all, thank you for joining in for another yoga session. Hope you've had a good day, good morning, or whatever so far. Not sure what time of day you'll be tuning into this. So in today's session, we'll be using a strap towards the end of the session, where we'll do our hamstring and calf muscle stretches from our seated and lying down position. So you've either got a strap or a belt to hand, or you can pause now and go and grab one. We'll start with a short meditation. So seated cross-legged or legs in front. So we want to be in a position where you're relatively comfortable sitting here for a few minutes, and you can always adjust your position if you need to. So we're imagining something's attached to the crown of the head. It's gently pulling us up tall, so we use the muscles in the upper body to lengthen upright, allowing the chin to drop slightly so your gaze is about 3 feet or a metre in front of you, hands resting, arms supported in your lap, closing the eyes if you're comfortable to do that. And then we're just noticing, we're being aware of the flow of air in and out of the body. So just noticing that sensation, you're tuning into the senses in the skin around your nose, the nostrils, if you're distracted away by any thoughts or a sound, as soon as you notice your attention drift, we'll come back to our breathing. Imagining that those sounds or distracting thoughts are in the peripheral vision. You're aware that they're there, but they're not drawing your full attention. We'll start to take some deeper breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly opening the eyes, changing the cross of your legs. So if you've got the legs crossed, that is, we'll change the cross of the legs, and then just adjusting your seating position again. We'll raise the arms up to the side. We'll take a breath in, and as you breathe out to the right, inhale as you come back, and breathe out to the left, and inhaling back. Breathe out to the right, inhaling back. So continue that movement following your own breath. And it's just intended as gentle movement to start off with. So as soon as you start to feel a little bit of resistance in your twist, then stopping there and coming back. If it's a bit heavy on the arms, you can allow the arms to come down, or you could maybe bend at the elbows to take some of the weight out of the arms. And then pausing next time you're back to centre, allow the arms to come down. We'll do our forward fold from here, so we extend up. So we're leading with the chest first, taking the hands down, allowing the head to hang as you shuffle the fingertips away if you're able to do that. Just pausing in this position for a few breaths, or you can come out of it sooner if you need to. As you're breathing out, as best you can, allowing the upper body to relax, and maybe you'll notice the head edging a little bit closer to the ground. Walking the hands back, press yourself up. Change the cross of the legs. When you're doing that forward fold, if you really struggle to come forwards, try coming up on another block. And if by coming up on another block, if that makes the ground feel a little bit too far away, then maybe you could have a block in front of you to bring the ground up to help you fold forward. So we extend up, we lead with the chest coming forwards, head hanging. Yeah, so if you come into this forward fold and you're really struggling to get the head and the chest forward, or the ground seems a bit too far away from you, you could either add another block under the bum, or have a block in front of you, or a pillow, cushion, something to support. Walking the hands back as you press yourself up. We'll place the right fingertips on the ground, raise the left arm, reach up and over as we start to wake the body up, ready for yoga. Back to centre, left hand down, right arm up, reaching up and over, stretching the side of the chest, armpits, shoulders, coming back up. Right hand down, raising left arm, reaching up and over. And back to centre, once more to the left. Left hand down, raising, right arm, reaching up and over. And coming back to centre. Raise the arms up again and crossing your left arm underneath your right arm. Fingertips up, fingers to palms if you can, reaching up towards the ceiling. Holding there, steady breath. And then the arms come apart and out in front, and right arm under your left. Fingertips up. And again, if you're able, fingers to palms as you reach up. And then unwinding it in front. We do that once more on each side. Left arm under the right arm. Crossing as far as you can, then fingertips up. Reaching up. And taking the arms in front. Right arm under left. Fingertips up. Reaching up. And then allow the arms to come down and just shake the arms and the hands. So from here we'll make our way to an all fours position. So we're hands and knees, and we'll do our cat-cows. So we tipping the pelvis back, back arches, head drops down and tipping the pelvis forward, taking the gaze forward and then back and forward. So the movement starts each time at the pelvis, nice ripple effect running through the spine. Again, just gentle movement. We're not trying to force the pelvis back or forwards. Inhaling as the belly moves towards the ground, taking the gaze forward, breathing out, tipping pelvis back, back arches and head drops. Couple more rounds. And then pausing in your flat back position. From here we'll turn to the right, so we straighten the right leg, raising that right arm up. Opening the chest to the right side, reach the right fingertips towards the ceiling. Returning to all fours before turning to the left. So we turn to the left, straighten the left leg, raising the left arm up, reaching up. And then left hand down, left knee down, to the right, straightening that right leg, raising the right arm. And this time, if you're comfortable with, or if your shoulder allows, we're allowing that right arm to come behind. And also to increase this, press that left hand down to the ground a little bit more, and hopefully that opens the chest up a little bit extra. Right hand and right knee back to the mat and to the left, straightening left leg, raising left arm up, left arm coming behind a little bit if your chest shoulder allows, pressing down through the right hand, back to an all fours position. From here, from all fours, we're raising up left leg, pressing into that left heel, so pressing back, raising that right arm up in front, back to all fours, and pressing into right heel, raising up left arm, back to all fours, left leg and right arm, nice steady breath, making sure you're not holding your breath, back to an all fours position, right leg, left arm, back to all fours. From here we're going to go through a few rounds of hovering the knees up, so from all fours, just trying to lift the knees up as short as distance as you're comfortable with. Pop the knees down sooner than I suggest if you need to. Toes extended long or curled under. By having the toes extended on, it also gives us a bit of a stretch across the top of the feet. So I'm not just doing that for fun. So if you want to give the tops of the feet a little bit of a stretch, it does add a little bit more challenge to this movement. So from all fours, we'll hover the knees up. And again, making sure we're not holding our breath. And then down. From here, we're stepping the hands forwards about a hand's length, shoulders forwards above the wrists, and lifting. And then coming down, stepping the hands forwards again, shoulders forwards above the wrists, and lift. And then down, we'll reverse those steps, so hands come back about a hand's length, keeping shoulders forward. So having the shoulders forward, make sure we are working into the abdominal muscles as best we can. And we're lifting up. And then down. We'll step the hands back to the start position of wrists below the shoulders. And then lifting. And then we'll come back down. We'll take knees wide, toes towards each other. And just coming into an extended child's pose from here. So the bum comes back, we slide the hands forwards, gently pressing the hands forwards into the mat. Inhaling as you come up, bringing the shoulders forwards. Breathing out as you come back down. Inhaling, coming up. Breathing out as you come back down. And pausing next time we're upright or we're on all fours. What we're going to do next is come into a forearm plank, and we're going to raise legs alternatively.
If that is a little bit too much for you, you can do it from an all fours position. So in a moment, we'll be coming in to plank and we'll be raising up on each side. So the alternative for that is knees down, shoulders are above the wrists, and making sure that when you look down, the hips are closer or ahead of the knees if you're doing it from all fours, and you'll raise up each leg alternately. So if you want to come into the full forearm plank position, we're bringing the forearms down onto the mat. So you're at the top of the mat, keeping shoulders above the wrist, and we'll extend one leg and then the other, so we've got the toes down, gently pressing into heels, raising up your left leg, and we'll hold there, and then back down, and right leg, holding, back down, left leg, and holding, and back down, right leg, holding, back down, left leg, and holding, back down, right leg and holding, back down. Pop the knees down, walk the hands back, and we'll just pop into child's pose again. So knees wide, toes towards each other, and this time more of a restful position, so we can have the forearms down, the head down onto the mat, and just taking a little bit of a breather there between those core exercises. We'll come back to all fours. So this time we'll downward dog and knee to elbow on each side. Or if you don't want to do it from a downward dog again, 'cause it's quite a physically challenging posture, you can do this from an all fours position. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, press the bum back, allow the head to hang. But what you can do, maybe as another alternative, is shift from downward dog to plank, but without bringing the knee forwards. So from your downward dog, we'll lift up the right foot, press the right heel towards the ceiling, so three-legged downward dog. Bring the right knee towards your right elbow, so shoulders come forward, so you're like in a modified plank. Press the right heel back towards the ceiling. Right knee forwards, towards right elbow. And pressing right heel to ceiling. And right knee to elbow once more. Extending that right foot back so you come into plank, and then we'll press the bum back to come into downward dog. Lifting up your left foot, press left heel towards the ceiling. Left knee towards your left elbow. Pressing back left heel to ceiling. Left knee towards left elbow. Left heel to ceiling. Left knee towards left elbow. And we're going to do that once more, pressing left heel to ceiling. Left knee, left elbow. Left foot back so you come into plank, and then we'll come back into child's pose for a few breaths. So knees wide, bum to heels, head to mat, or adjusting as you need to for your comfortable rest position. And then sliding or shuffling the hands forward, so we come into extended child's pose. Fingers are spread, hands gently pressing forwards. And then inhale as you come up, bringing the shoulders forwards. Breathing out as we come back down. Inhaling up. Breathing out back down. Pausing next time when we're upright or on all fours, wrists under the shoulders and knees under the hips. And from here we'll come to downward dog. So we curl the toes, lift the knees, pressing the bum back, allowing head to hang. Step forwards to fold forward. So we're bending over at the waist, arms, shoulders relax. Inhale coming up, hands to a prayer position above the head, breathing out coming down. Pausing here, stepping to the top of the mat if you're not quite there already. We'll take a breath in and out. We're breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling as you take the hands up, breathing out as you fold forwards at the waist. So bending the legs if you need it. Arms, shoulders relaxed. Hands to shins. Inhale as you lift into a flat back position. Hands to mat, and we step back into plank or plank with knees down. All the way down onto the mat. So you can pop the knees down first, extending the toes. Inhale as you lift to cobra. Breathe out as we go back down. Curl the toes under. Press up, back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhale up, hands to prayer position above the head. Breathe out down. Inhaling up, breathing out, folding forwards. Hands to shins. Inhale as you lift to flat back. Hands to mat, back to plank. All the way down. Extend toes. Inhale, lift to cobra. Breathe out down. Curl the toes under. Press up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhale up, hands to prayer position. Breathing out, coming down. Inhaling as you come up. Breathing out as you fold forwards. Hands to shins. Inhale, flat back. Hands to the mat, back into plank. All the way down. Extend the toes. Inhale, cobra. Breathe out down. Curl the toes under. And we press up and back to downward dog. Step forwards. Folding forwards. Inhaling up. Hands to prayer position. Breathing out, coming down. We'll do one more round. Inhale up. Breathe out forwards. And hands to shins as you inhale and lift. Hands to mat, back to plank. All the way down. Extending the toes. Inhale, cobra. Breathe out down. Curl the toes under. Up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhaling as you come up. Hands to prayer position, breathe out down, and hands down. Great stuff. So step forwards, right foot. Inhale the arms up in front and swing through to the back. Inhale to the front. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and allow the arms to drop down. And we switch feet, so left foot forward, right foot back. Inhaling up, breathing out to the back. Inhale front, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Allow the arms to drop down. Feet wider than hip width, and we'll swing in the arms through from one side to the other. Just making sure that heel lifts as you swing. So right heel lifts as you come to the left. Left heel lifts as you come to the right, allowing the body to swing through. Lifting the arms up a bit higher, Arms across the face, fingertips to ceiling. And we'll allow the arms to drop down, feet to hip width, and we inhale up, breathe out down, inhaling up, exhale down, inhale, exhale, inhale, and allow the arms to drop down. Great stuff. So we'll come to the top of the mat. So we're feet hip width apart, we are extending up tall. Hands to a prayer position. Inhale as you take the hands up. Breathe out, folding forwards at the waist. And then we're going to stride back, right foot, with the right foot to lunge, and then the right knee down into the mat, extending the right toes. Coming up, raising the arms up. We've got a back bend here, and just pausing there for a couple of breaths. We're going to take the hands to the mat as you make your way into a downward dog. So we step that left foot back, pressing the bum back into downward dog. Shoulders move forwards to come into plank position. Knees down if you need them down. Bum back to downward dog. Forward to plank. Holding there. And back to downward dog. So in your downward dog, your head is hanging, so the gaze should be to the back of the mat. Fingers are spread. So gentle clawing action into the mat so we don't just feel all the weight in the heel of the hand. From here, we're transitioning to Warrior One. So you can just pop the knees down and bring the left foot forwards, or we can lift that left foot up, left leg up, step the left foot forwards, get that right foot flat, raising up. So we've got the left foot in front, the right foot behind, hips, chest facing forwards, straightening that left leg, hands reverse prayer, or cradle the arms, and we extend up, lead with the chest as you fold forwards, head hanging, and again pausing for a few breaths. And we return to Warrior One, so we raise up, take the bend back in that left leg. We'll come into revolved triangle from here, so we're going to allow that left leg to straighten again, the left arm comes down. So we reach up towards the ceiling through the right fingertips, we lead with the chest, right hand across to your left leg, left hand is on the left hip, draw that left shoulder back as you turn the upper body a bit more to face to the left. Option of left hand staying where it is or reaching up towards the ceiling. Left arm comes down, bringing yourself back to Warrior One. So we take the bend back in the left leg, hips, chest forwards, from here to Warrior Two. So we're turning that back foot out, the right foot out, and looking forwards over the top of the left hand. From here, we're going to step into that variation of chair pose, so it's like that half chair pose. So hands come to prayer position in front of the chest, and we bring that right leg onto that left thigh, having a bend in that left leg if you can. From here, we're going to transition into a Warrior Three. So I'm straightening my left leg, extending that right leg behind, and then extending the arms out. So you'll reach through the fingertips. We come back to that modified chair pose. So bend back in the left leg, left thigh, hands prayer position, and stepping that right foot back and coming into a Warrior One. Turning the palms forwards to a downward dog, left foot back into your downward dog. Shoulders move forwards to plank, all the way down onto the mat. So extend the toes and inhale as we lift into Cobra. Breathe out as you come down. From here, we'll press up to an all fours position. From our all fours position, we're going to make our way into a forearm plank. And then we're going to do like a three-legged downward dog with the forearms down. So it's like a three-legged dolphin pose. So quick demo. In a moment, we're going to come into this position. And then I'm going to lift up my left foot this time, pressing left heel to ceiling as I press through the forearms. And then we'll come back. Again, if it's quite a challenging posture, we notice tightness in the shoulders here, restricting the movement. So you can keep the knee down. So I'm raising up my left leg. I'm going to press through the forearms again. So you can keep one of the knees down. So from all fours, we'll make our way to a forearm plank or forearm plank with the knees down. So forearms down, shoulders above elbows. And if you're choosing to, extending one leg and then the other. So we're in our forearm plank. We're going to lift up the left foot just a little bit off the ground, then press through the forearms, press that left heel to ceiling, and head moves towards the back of the mat, returning to your forearm plank, lifting up your right foot, pressing through the forearms as you press the right heel towards the ceiling. Forearm plank, coming back. Lifting up left leg, pressing through the forearms, left heel to ceiling. Back to forearm plank. We're going to do that once more with the right leg, lifting up right leg, pressing through the forearms to press the bum back. Back to a forearm plank. Knees down. We'll come into a child's pose for a few breaths. So knees are wide, bum towards the heels, and just coming into a comfortable rest position for a few breaths. And then we've got the fun of going through that sequence all again on the left side. So we return to all fours, back to downward dog. Walk hands to your feet to forward fold. Inhale as you come up. Hands to prayer position above the head and breathing out, down. And taking the arms down. Good stuff. So we're at the top of the mat. Feet are hip width. We're extending up tall. Hands are to a prayer position. So as we breathe in, we take the hands up. Breathe out, folding forwards at the waist, head hanging, arms, shoulders relax. Striding back with the left foot into lunge, then left knee down, extend the left toes. Bring yourself up, raise the arms up. So we've got this position of leaning back. So you'll maybe feel a bit of stretch across that left thigh. We've got the back bend. Pausing there for a couple of breaths. Turning the palms forwards, making your way to a downward dog. So curl the left toes under, right foot back, pressing the bum back into downward dog. Shoulders forwards into plank. And back to downward dog. Forwards to plank. And then back to downward dog. So from downward dog, transition into warrior one. So you can pop the knees down, or we can lift up the right foot, bend the right leg, bring the right foot forwards. Or you can bring yourself to standing, step the left foot back, raising the arms up, hips, chest facing forwards. Straightening your right leg, hands reverse prayer position, or we cradle the arms. Extend up, lead with the chest. As you fold forwards, steady breath. Just pausing here a couple more breaths. Slowly back up to warrior one, so we raise the arms back up. Move that right knee forwards above the ankle. Into revolve triangle from here, so the left arm stays up. Straighten right leg, right arm comes down. We reach up towards the ceiling, leading with the chest forwards. We take the left hand to the right leg, right hand, right hip, turning the upper body to the right. Reach right fingertips towards the ceiling. Allow the arms to come down and we return to warrior one. From here to warrior two, so we're turning that left foot out. We take the left arm behind. Look forwards over the right hand. So from here, to our half chair pose. Hands to prayer position, left leg onto your right thigh. From here, warrior three, so we're straightening the right leg, extending that left leg behind, folding forwards, and then extending the arms, reaching through the fingertips. And then if we can, we're coming back to that half chair pose. So we're bending the right leg, bringing the left leg round, hands to prayer position. And then stepping left foot back into warrior one. Raising the arms up, hips, chest, facing forwards. Turn the palms forwards. We make our way to downward dog. Stepping the right foot back. Shoulders forwards into plank. All the way down. Extending the toes. Inhale, cobra. Breathe out as you come down. Curl the toes under. Pressing up and back into downward dog. And again, shoulders forwards to plank. Back to downward dog. Pop the knees down, return to all fours. So this is where we have a go at, again, that variation of forearm plank to transitioning to a three-legged downward dog but with the forearms down, or a three-legged dolphin. So from all fours, put the forearms down and take them forwards on the mat, shoulders above the wrists, extending one leg and the other if you're happy to come into the full posture, or keeping the knees on the mat. Lifting up your right leg, press through the forearms to press the bum back, raise that right leg behind. Shoulders back forwards, return to forearm plank. Lifting up your left leg, pressing through the forearms as you press left heel to ceiling. Back to forearm plank. Lifting up your right leg, pressing right heel towards the ceiling. Back to forearm plank. Once more with your left leg, lifting the left leg up, pressing the left heel to ceiling as you press back through the forearms. Returning to forearm plank, knees down on the mat, walking the hands back. We'll come into child's pose, so knees wide, bum to heels, and just in a rest position for a few breaths. So it can be forearms and down and head down. A few more breaths here. Coming back up to all fours. Back to downward dog, curl the toes, press the bum back. Walking hands back to feet, to forward fold. Inhale, coming up. Hands to prayer position and breathing out. Coming down, take your hands down. So we'll have a go at tree pose. Taking the weight into your right foot. Left foot into your preferred position, he says, fixing the gaze, hands to prayer position. So as we've got the hands in this position, we're also extending up tall, taking hands up, apart, coming back down in front of the chest, and we come up, apart, back down, once more up, apart, and back down. From this position, we'll bring that left leg across, right hand, left leg, so you're drawing that left leg across the body, left arm to the left, turning your head to look towards your left hand, and then coming back to a standing position, weight into left leg, bringing that right foot up, fixing your gaze, hands to prayer position, taking the hands up, apart, coming back down, up, apart, and back down, once more up, apart, back down. Right leg in front, Left hand, right leg, so you're drawing it across, right arm to the right, turn the head to the right hand. And then we come back to standing. Great stuff. So we'll come to the top of the mat. We'll do a couple of sun salutations, hands to prayer position, inhaling up. Breathe out as you fold forwards. Hands to shins. Inhale as we lift to flat back. Hands to mat. Back into plank. All the way down. Extending the toes. Inhale, cobra. Breathe out, down. Curl toes under. Up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards. Folding forwards. Inhale up, hands to prayer position above the head. Breathe out, down. Inhale up. Breathe out, forwards. Hands to shins. Inhale as you lift to a flat back. Hands to mat. Back to plank. All the way down. Extending the toes. Inhale, cobra. Breathe out, down. And then from here, press up to an all fours position. We'll come to a seated position with the soles of the feet together. So sitting on a lift or a block if you need to. And don't be lazy to grab it if you know you need it. So again, when we're seated, if it's difficult to sit with the spine upright, if you feel yourself kind of coming forwards, then stick something else under your bum so you can be as comfortable as you can be in this seated position with the soles of the feet together. So we'll extend up tall, lead with the chest forwards. So fingertips down, hands down, head hanging. If you're able to shuffle the fingers forwards a little bit, you can. Holding in this forward fold and just gently rocking from one side to the other. And then we'll slowly come up. So we're going to grab the strap. We're going to have the right leg out in front. And the strap around the right foot. So the options with that left leg are bent and on the inside of the right leg. Or if you struggle with that, if the knee doesn't like it, we'll just have it out to the side. And again, we're sitting on a block if we need one. And I've mentioned before a few times about sitting on the block and folding forwards. So if you are sat on the block, if you notice where those sitting bones are, the bony bits right in the buttock, sometimes having those on that front corner of the block helps to tip the pelvis forward. It just helps you come into the forward folds a little bit more. So that's something to consider. So we've got strap around right foot, strap in each hand. We're holding the strap roughly where the knee is. We're extending up, leading with the chest forwards, allowing the head to hang. And if we're able, we shuffle the hands down the strap a little bit and just holding in that position. If you feel like you're using a lot of effort in your arms to hold there, then just ease off a little bit. You'll still be working that hamstring and calf muscle. Steady breath. So we've got engagement in the hands and the arms. Best we can, allowing the upper body to relax. Slowly coming back up. We come into that again, so we're resetting, we're extending up, lengthening that spine, leading with the chest, allowing the head to hang, shuffling hands down the strap. If you're able to reach for the foot, you'll take it. If you can't, no worries, that's why we've got the strap. Couple more breaths. Slowly coming up. We'll take both lengths of the strap in the right hand. So we're going to side stretch from here. We're going to turn chest, so it's facing off to the left. We raise the left arm up, reaching up towards the ceiling, and then you're reaching over the top towards your right foot. So you're trying to avoid the arm coming across the face and the chest. So even if you're keeping the arm, and even if you can't get over and the fingertips are more up towards the ceiling, that's fine. You'll be getting more of a stretch in the side body as opposed to having the arm across the chest and face. Slowly coming back upright. And again, we'll just reset our position and come into that again. Holding the strap, extending up, raising the left arm up. So we reach up first and then reach over the top. Steady breath. And then slowly back up. Switching legs. So we'll pop the left foot in the strap. And again, if it's uncomfortable on that right knee to have the leg bent like this, have the right leg just to the side or in a comfortable position. Sitting bones on that front corner of the block if you've got one. Extending up. Lead with the chest. Allow the head to hang. If we're able, we shuffle hands down the strap. Steady breath. Slowly coming up. So again, we're resetting, holding the strap, we extend up, lead with the chest, head hanging, shuffle hands down the strap, steady breath. Slowly back up. Take hold of both lengths of the strap if you need it for this side stretch with your left hand. Left forearm can rest down. We turn the chest to the right, raise. Right arm, we reach up and over. Steady breath. So we're keeping a hold of that strap, reaching over with the left, through the left fingertips. Slowly back up. So we're going to reset, turning the chest, extending up tall, raising the right arm, reaching up and over. And then slowly back up, popping strap one side, we come to lying down, legs bent, feet flat. And enjoying the feeling of winding down the practice after putting the effort in during the session. So we reach down with the fingertips, catch backs of the heels, we take arms by our side, palms facing upwards. And then we're going to allow both legs to the right. So like a windscreen wiper, just pausing there for a few breaths. Inhale the legs to the center, breathe out to the left. Back to center, breathing out to the right. Back to center and over to the left. And we'll come back to center again. Lift the feet up, take the hands onto the knees. Gently draw the knees towards your chest, or just to a point where you start to feel some resistance. Then we take them apart, allow the knees to move away from you, so the arms straighten, knees come together, in towards the chest, apart, away. We continue that movement. And then in the opposite direction. And then we pop feet back down onto that. We reach down with the fingertips. We'll do a few rounds of bridge, and again, option of raising the arms up or keeping the arms down as you prefer. Inhale, lift the bum up, peel the spine up, and raise the arms up if you like to join. Bring the arms into this movement. Breathe out, back down. Inhale up, breathing out, down. Inhale up, breathing out, down. Inhale up and down. So we'll continue that movement for a couple more rounds. You can increase the range or the arc movement of the arms, so the arms come down by the side of the head and raise the arms up. And as the spine comes down, the arms come down, and inhaling up and down. We'll go through that movement once more. And then as the arms come back down, the arms come down. So we're back to lying down, legs bent, feet flat. Left foot extends away, and we reach across with the left hand, guide the right leg over to the left. So we're rolling onto the outside of that left leg. Right hand or forearm is on the ground. So with the gaze, I'd often have the gaze up towards the ceiling, but you can get a little bit more out of this twist by turning the head to the right, but only doing that if you're comfortable to turn the head to the right. Slowly coming back to center. We'll switch legs, we'll bend up the left leg, extend the right. Reach across with the right hand, guiding the left leg to the right. And again, we can continue to look up towards the ceiling, or we turn the head to the left. Coming back to center and into our relaxation. So arms by your side, palms upwards. Just noticing again how you feel. How do you feel right now? How does your body feel? Do you notice your body feels lighter and looser? Imagining it heavier, pressing down into the mat. Start to take some deeper breaths. Shuffle the feet towards you so we can go legs bent again and roll to one side. Pressing up, we'll come to a seated position. Close the eyes for a moment, hands to a prayer position. So thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for making time for yoga in your week. Namaste. Great stuff. Hope you all enjoyed that. See you all next time. Bye for now.